All right. So I chose Kenneth Adams. It didn't say his age. He was convicted of murder and rape in Chicago. The circumstances of the offenses and the individual was in May of 1978, a recently engaged couple was abducted from a gas station close to where Kenneth Adams had worked. The bodies of the couple were found the next day in an abandoned townhome in Chicago. Both victims had been shot and the female had been gang raped. Now, how he was convicted was they were abducted from a gas station close to where Kenneth had worked. A false tip led to the arrest of Kenneth Adams and three other men, and after being held without legal counsel for a few days, Gray had confessed to a jury that she had been present while the four men had raped the female victim. She also said that she saw Dennis Williams shoot both victims. A month later, Gray changed her story at a hearing, stating that she had been drugged and the police had simply told her what to say. Now, the charges against one of the other three men, Jimerson, were dropped, but Gray was then charged with murder and perjury. Now, what made his conviction wrongful was that he didn't do it. It was a false tip. He was exonerated through DNA. In 1994, the jailhouse informant changed his testimony, stating that he had lied about overhearing William and Rang discuss how they committed the murder because the prosecutors had offered him a deal on the charges he was facing at the time. Now, with the help of David Protas, Rob Warren, and a team of journalism students from the Northwestern University, the four men gained access to evidence for DNA testing in 1996. DNA testing exonerated all four men and impacted three other men, two of whom who confessed and pleaded guilty to the crimes in 1997. They also discovered that the police had been tipped to identify of the actual perpetrators early on in the investigation, but they didn't pursue the lead. Now, as far as the Innocence Project, this is a nonprofit organization that is committed to exonerating wrongfully convicted people through the use of DNA testing and reforming the criminal justice system to prevent more people from going to jail for stuff that they didn't do. And that's exactly why it was important. There's too many people in the jails nowadays that should not be there. Now, as far as Kenneth Adams and the three other men that were convicted, Kenneth Adams alone served 18 years. He was convicted on 10/1 of 78 and didn't get exonerated until 7/2/96. It was in 1998, the Ford Heights Four, which is what the Kenneth and the other three victims were known as, settled for a claim for $36 million against the police officers who were involved in this original investigation. This was the largest payoff in the United States history. So each of their share was about $8 million. And nowadays, he lives with his wife in a South Chicago area.